Hey guys, I've got some stuff I want to talk about, and I figured it might be a good idea to just talk about it and post a video. Um, I am working on a lot of shadow work this week, and energies have been extremely intense for myself, and I know for a lot of other people too. I've spent a lot of time in reflection and seeing a lot of the ways that I've held myself back and not been true to myself with other people or just overall in general. Since I started the Ho'oponopono prayer meditation, that was 2 days ago, and it's just completely broken down walls that I've had built up, and it works is pretty much all I have on that. That's the ancient Hawaiian practice. You go through saying when anything comes up, because everything is within us, all of our external situations and perceptions on reality stem from where we are within ourselves, and how we view those things and how we respond to those things is a reflection of where we are at within ourselves. And so that prayer meditation goes through saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. And it's just a way to tune in to yourself, to tune into the divine that is in you, and to come back to your presence, to come back to that centeredness in being that you are. So cleaning process, they call, to remove all of the shit, all of the levels and layers of all of the things that we've piled on and accumulated, all of our judgments and perceptions and reactions and subconscious responses that we don't even recognize we're doing. Like, it's a way to tune into that subconscious programming and clean and rewrite it and bring it back to 0 point, which is being one with the truth of who you are, and that is a divine spiritual being who has capabilities to do whatever you put your mind and heart to. And when you start to do this practice and you start to go in and you say, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and the more that you pay attention and you notice and recognize all of the judgments that come up, like when you can go into that space and speak to yourself. You want to say hi?
Hi.
It's a little shy little guy. Give him a kiss. Can I have some time now? Okay, thank you. Not yet. And just being fully authentic with yourself, being vulnerable with whatever comes up and not turning it down and not pushing it away, and just going into that space, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And you're not saying sorry out of a place of guilt. Saying you're sorry is a way of apologizing to yourself for not being present, for going unconscious, and going out of the state of love and unity and acceptance and forgiveness. So when you tune in and you say these words, you're freeing yourself from the bondage of what these perceptions and what these thoughts and what these subconscious programmings have played on us. And it works. I promise you that. Like, I cannot even believe the amount of healing that I have experienced in the last couple of days just from doing this practice and doing it with mala practice too. Is very helpful because you could see, like, I was doing my meditation, and as soon as, like, when you're meditating, as soon as you start to drift, you just come back. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Instantly, like, it instantly pulls you back in and sets you back on that track. It is our responsibility and our birthright and our freedom and right to meditate. The power of what meditation brings is beyond words. Like, we have so many things in our life that are throwing us off track, throwing us off in a different way. Like, I have experienced it. There's so much fucking shit going on, and, like, trying to do the right thing and speak the right words and share the right things, and, like, all at the same time, like, having the intention to help, and then realizing that you just get caught up in another cycle of shit and distraction, when really I should be working on myself and continuing to grow and learn these practices deeper so I can learn how to share them with other people. So I'm in a state of reflection of really seeing where I'm allowing my energy to go and what I'm putting my focus into, because, like, we get a limited amount throughout the day where you actually have that full-on focus. Like, the first parts of the day are the most important. That's when you have, like, the clear mind to complete tasks. Like, when you go to do stuff, like, I struggle with this. Like, I used to be on Adderall for a reason because my brain is just, like, all over the place. So when I sit down, like, I sit down at my desk, which I'm here now, to, like, pack up stuff to ship and do my jewelry and do my stuff, and then it's like all these other things are coming in and, like, trying to take my focus and attention away from what I'm doing. Like, when you recognize that all of these things are coming at us as a, like, way to pull you, so, like, you are constantly, in a sense, jumping timelines to, like, wherever you put your attention and your focus, that's where your energy is going to go. So if you can harness your attention and your focus during meditation and overcome those thoughts, you're going to be so much more productive and so much more clearer and grounded and able to tune into yourself and to actually hear yourself and know the things that you're supposed to be doing and the places that you're supposed to be. Because when you start to learn what it feels like to be out of alignment with the path that you're supposed to be on, because when you, like, for me, this is my truth, this is what I feel, that there are different possibilities for our life paths, and when we tune in and we focus and we do the work, like, we all have a divine purpose. We all have some special gift and ability that is going to help other people no matter what it is. It could just be your ability to be friendly with people. Like, just smiling at people and being friendly with people can shift. It shifts energy. It shifts, like, you know how it makes you feel if you see somebody that actually, like, makes eye contact with you when you're out. Like, that doesn't really happen anymore. So it's not specific. Like, if you don't feel like you're in a place where you know what you're supposed to be doing, you might not just be there yet, but you're on the path to getting there. And it's recognizing that and allowing these processes to happen, because I know I'm not where I'm going to be. Like, I know that I have other things coming, but I know that in order for me to get there, I have to work through all of these processes and heal my inner child and connect with my higher self. And you bring those two together and you meet and you balance yourself and you balance your energies, and you have the ability to see, hear, feel, speak what you're supposed to be sharing for the greater good of all. Because ultimately that is the plan, is we're here to help, and we're here to help each other, and we're here to shine light onto all of the things that have held us down, and to step into a new alignment of the things that can build us up, because we're at a place now where we have to start making choices. Like, we have to start tuning into ourselves and listening if we're going to continue to keep this story playing, or if we're going to create something new. Because what was happening was not working, and we all know that. And this event that's happened has brought people to such a deeper introspective place of growth and healing. And even if it doesn't feel like that, you have to feel these things in order to move through them. We have to feel all of these things, and sometimes it's not comfortable. But that's why we're here. And we're here to help transmute energies and make clear the path to us all finding our way home. And that home is within all of us. The aspect of fear that has been so heavily broadcast, it's how you allow yourself to see it. If you allow yourself to see fear and feel it, with the ability to observe that you are experiencing fear. Keyword experiencing. I am experiencing fear, as opposed to I am scared or I am fearful or frightened. The power of our words is so important. When you say that you are experiencing something, you're setting yourself apart from being it. That's the concept of I am, from my understanding, is when you're speaking these words, I am humble, I am fearless, I am patient, I am confident. You don't want to use that powerful phrase for I am weak continued on. Because instead of separating yourself as seeing from a higher place that you are actually experiencing this with love and compassion, because we are human beings and we are meant to feel these things, and we are going to feel these things, and we cannot push these things away. So there's two places that you could go with this. You can either choose to see and experience yourself feeling these things. Feeling discomfort, feeling lack of confidence, feeling scared, feeling anxious, experiencing not it. You're not it. You are only experiencing it. And when you can make that separation, then go into a position of feeling. So when you're witnessing fear in your body with a state of compassion. Now imagine when you do go into these places, because I know how debilitating panic attacks can be. I used to get them every single day. I could not even drive my car at night. I'd have to pull over because I felt like I was physically having a heart attack. Like my legs would go numb, my arms would go numb. I would create through my anxiety every symptom of everything imaginable. I've been in the hospital for it multiple times. Through my practices and through this work and self-reflection, I very, 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 very rarely get them anymore. I've probably only had 3 like actual anxiety attacks where I had to move around to like release the energy. Only a couple times in the last 2 years. But when you get into those places and you experience those feelings and how debilitating they are, you realize, dude, it's taking your fucking power, man. It's doing nothing but taking away your energy. That's why it's there. That's why it's there, to debilitate you from seeing who you truly are and taking your power back and not allowing this same dream, the American dream, to happen, because this dream is only helping a very small amount of people. It's not an American dream. And you feel that. You feel how debilitating that is, to be in that place of feeling whether like you're gonna die or feeling like you're never, like, you it feels like you're being possessed with an energy that's taking over your body. And ultimately, in a way, it is, because everything is energy, everything is vibration. What we allow in, we will feel and experience. And the separation, that's why it's so important, the separation of recognizing that you're experiencing it to being in it. When you're in it, you're debilitated. When you're experiencing it, you're in your power. It's okay to feel. It's okay to feel these things. It's okay to feel hurt, pain, grief, all of the things. But we have to be able to be in a place where we recognize that we are experiencing it. And you can do anything that it takes. That's why the, like, meditation and like these practices, like, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and Om Gam Ganapata He Namaha, like whatever you use, mantras, affirmations, like tuning into yourself, whatever it is, find something that you say to yourself throughout the day to tune into yourself, to come back to that 0 point where you are full centered in your being and able to hear, feel, speak clearly. The more that you practice that, the easier it is to come out of that, because it's like, it like washes over you. And I've experienced it so many times that like, it's not a fun place to be. I mean, if you've ever had a bad trip or psychedelics, like, you know, too, like, and again, all that is there to show you the places that you need to work on and like to grow and heal, and the places that you've taken your power away. So it's really just a guiding light to give you the ability to pull that back into you and become more whole. Just allowing yourself to breathe. Focus in on your breathing. Breathing is so important. When you see that you're in fear, you're contracting. Everything is contracting in our bodies when we're in a state of fear or shame or guilt. You feel that. You feel that tightness. And your energy also shrinks. Your immune system lowers. All of these things hurt us. And when we're not taking responsibility for our life and really recognizing the power of our consciousness and our awareness and our ability to recognize thought from truth and subconscious from superconscious. It's so important. And I'm not doing it enough either, dude. Like, I'm using this as a tool. This is a tool because I don't like being on camera. I'm still working on a lot of self-love, a lot of acceptance for whatever I'm experiencing inside, a lot of releasing of judgments and learning how to fully expand and love without fear and trust without thinking that something's gonna go wrong. And you go into a place and you live like that, like you live like that for your life, and you're basically taught that, okay, if things are going good, then something's gonna go wrong. So that puts you in, like, if you're not able to recognize that and see the mindset that puts you in subconsciously, that determines all of your reactions to situations, all of the responses that you have, your tone of voice, how you carry yourself. Like, my thing is, like, when I tune in and I check like how I check my posture. My posture is number one because my posture was the first thing that spirit like communicated to me that was important. When I first started this, like, I remember I cried out to God and I was like, if you're real, like, you need to show yourself or something, because I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't. And it wasn't shortly after that my life began to, like, dramatically change. That was before I had my experience with plant medicine, and then it was like everything started opening up. I've had a lot of crazy experiences happening. I have no question in my mind that this is all happening as it's supposed to. There is a higher consciousness, a higher power, more to this than we have been led or taught to believe. But regardless of that, like, just on my journey, my posture, like, recognizing, like, because I slouched all the time. When you are suppressed and in fear and not being yourself, you're going to shut yourself off. This right here is a sign of shutting down. It's a sign of protection. You're literally closing in your heart space. And when you sit back and you pull your shoulders back and you open up that space, you can feel it. You can feel the expansion. And when you focus on that and you tune in, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Posture. How is my posture? How is my breath? What part of my body do I feel tense in right now? Mine is a lot in my solar plexus area, which it stems from me suppressing my personality and my power and not feeling good enough and always being scared to be myself. So as I heal these things and I work through these areas and recognize feeling energy, that it all comes to tuning in. The more that you tune in with yourself, the more that you'll be able to feel and recognize these different energies. And then you could work with it more. You can read into the chakras and you can learn about the different, like, systems that are in place and how they all tie in together, whether you believe it or not. Like, I challenge you to at least open your mind to expand into researching into it, because when you start to read and you learn about the ages, like, your root chakra is developed from when you're in womb to when you're 1 year old. And that stems from your sense of security and, like, your sense of trust. And, like, when you see what happened to me when I was in my mom's womb, what happened to me up until, like, when you think, like, I was a C-section, my mom was in an abusive relationship when she was pregnant. When you see that, because those hormones, those stress hormones, like, that we're transferring, because I was not in a good place when I was pregnant with Shiloh either, and I'm working with him through healing a lot of root chakra issues and showing him that love now that I've been able to find it within myself, I'm able to heal this line. That's what we're doing. We're healing generations of trauma and abuse by being conscious, by tuning in, by being in this present moment, by being in this 0 point space of recognizing you are that. That all of this stuff falls away and you are still there. And like it helps me to let go of a lot of programming, because I was raised in a lot of fear programming with the church and just suppression of the feminine for like, that is the biggest thing. And the suppression of the feminine's been everywhere. It's not just in Christianity, it's all over. And when you recognize your power as a woman or man, because men also, we all carry the masculine and feminine within us. It's not like, oh, I'm a girl, but it's both balance. It's about balancing the two because they're both necessary. And tuning into that and then being able to fully express who you are. I lost track of where I was going with that one. I think that's all I have right now. And I'm probably going to try and keep doing this because this is equally helping me hear my voice and express myself. And I hope that through me opening up and being vulnerable to express myself, even when this does not feel comfortable yet, it helps others to have the courage to do the same and to find your truth and to tune in and to recognize that there is more than this and that you are loved and that I fully believe that there are really good things coming. We just have to get through some shit first. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Much love, guys.